The Imperial Conclave floated in silence above the crimson gas giant, a cathedral of power built from alloy and arrogance. Delegates from 100 conquered systems observed the hologram rotating at the chamber's center. A small blue planet, insignificant in size, rich beyond reason. High Executor Malrex folded his six-fingered hands behind his back, mandibles twitching in mild amusement. Designation? He asked. Sol 3, replied the archivist. Local name, Earth. A ripple of interest spread through the chamber. Resource Minister Thelos leaned forward. Atmosphere within ideal parameters. Water saturation exceeding 70%. Biodiversity extreme. Metals abundant. Rare isotopes present in every major landmass. Population. Malrex asked. Approximately 8 billion. Fragmented into political factions called nations. Frequent internal conflict. No unified planetary government. Soft laughter echoed through the conclave. General RHYX clicked his talons. Primitive propulsion. Chemical rockets. Limited orbital presence. Nuclear weapons, yes, but crude. No faster-than-light capability. No planetary shields. Malrex nodded. A compliant world, then. Standard acquisition protocol, Thelos said smoothly. We arrive in force, issue surrender terms, secure orbital dominance, relocate the natives, begin extraction. 3 cycles, perhaps 4. Accepted, Malrex declared. Dispatch a subjugation fleet. Minimal force. Let this be efficient. And so it was decided. With a gesture, the fate of Earth was sealed. The Imperial fleet arrived without ceremony. 300 warships emerged from hyperspace like predators materializing from myth, their hulls bristling with weapons that had reduced entire civilizations to debris. Within minutes, the transmission was sent. Translated, precise, merciless. People of Earth. By decree of the Empire, your world has been claimed for resource integration. You will cease all military activity. You will submit to supervised relocation. Compliance ensures survival. Resistance ensures annihilation. You have 48 hours. The fleet waited. They expected chaos. Panic. Conflicting responses from dozens of governments arguing over who should speak, who should surrender, who should beg. Instead, 12 hours passed in silence. Then a single signal returned. This is Secretary General Elena Ward, speaking on behalf of Earth, the woman said calmly. We acknowledge your message. The bridge crew relaxed. Malrex smiled. Then she continued. We decline. The chamber went still. RHYX stared at the display. Decline? Yes, Ward said evenly. This planet is not for sale. You are not welcome here. Leave our system peacefully, and we will consider this encounter concluded. Malrex's smile faded. Something cold settled behind his eyes. No, he said quietly. They don't understand. And with that assumption, the Empire prepared to teach Earth a lesson it believed the planet could never survive. Executor Malrex did not bother hiding his irritation. Send a clarification, he ordered. Explain the consequences of refusal in simpler terms. The second transmission was harsher, accompanied by live projections of Imperial firepower. Weapon arrays charged. Shields flared. Power readings spiked high enough to boil oceans. It was a demonstration meant to crush defiance before it fully formed. Earth's reply arrived in under 3 minutes. We understand perfectly, Secretary General Ward said. Your ships, your weapons, your numbers. You assume superiority because it has always worked for you. That assumption is your first mistake. Murmurs rippled across the bridge. General RHYX leaned closer to his tactical display. Arrogance. Target their orbital infrastructure. Remove their ability to coordinate. Proceed, Malrex said. Plasma batteries aligned. Thousands of satellites, stations, and orbital platforms were tagged simultaneously. The firing solution locked. Fire. Nothing exploded. Instead, Earth's orbital network moved. Satellites adjusted vectors in perfect unison, sliding aside milliseconds before impact. Stations rotated, thrusters flaring with impossible precision. Not a single shot landed. That's impossible, the weapons officer hissed. Civilian platforms don't maneuver like that. They anticipated the firing pattern, RHYX said slowly. Before we fired. A new transmission cut in uninvited. That was impolite, Ward said mildly. We'll ignore it because you're still learning. But understand this, we've been tracking your fleet since it crossed the heliopause. We know your weapon cycles, your energy signatures, and your doctrine. You're very consistent. Malrex's claws tightened. Launch interceptors. Sweep their orbit. Hundreds of small craft surged from Earth's atmosphere. Primitive designs, chemical propulsion, laughable by Imperial standards. Then the sensors began screaming. False contacts, the science officer reported. Thousands of them. Decoys, ghosts, overlapping signatures. Our targeting systems can't distinguish real craft. And it's adapting, another voice added. Every time we adjust frequencies, their interference adjusts faster. The fighters spread into a wide perimeter, forming a defensive shell around the planet. Ward's voice returned, tinged now with something almost amused. You think we're reckless because we fight each other? The truth is we're paranoid. For 70 years we asked one question. What if someone like you shows up? Malrex felt something unfamiliar tighten in his chest. You came for our resources, Ward continued. You'll have to take them. But before you decide, ask yourself this. If we prepared this much just to be left alone, what do you think we built in case that failed? The channel closed. Malrex stared at the planet below, watching its defenses shift and adapt, and realized the Empire's second mistake. They had mistaken silence for weakness. Malrex opened a priority channel to the Imperial Conclave. Earth is more capable than initial projections, he reported carefully. I advise reassessment. The response was immediate. You command 300 warships, the High Regent snapped. They possess no faster-than-light travel. No empire. Demonstrate supremacy. Malrex hesitated only a moment before obeying. Target a population center, he ordered. Single strike. Controlled. A lance of plasma descended toward a coastal megacity, bright enough to turn night into day. 3 seconds before impact, space itself rippled. A translucent barrier flared across the planet, seamless and vast. The plasma scattered harmlessly, dissipating into auroras that danced across the atmosphere. Planetary shields, the science officer whispered. Active across the entire surface. That's not possible, Malrex said. The energy requirements. Detected, the officer interrupted. Multiple power sources activating. Underground. Fusion scale output. Dozens of them. Earth spoke again. We hoped you wouldn't do that, Ward said, her calm now edged with steel. Those reactors were expensive. New contacts appeared on the tactical display. Hundreds. Thousands. Launches detected, an officer shouted. From Earth. From lunar installations. From Mars. Mars? Malrex echoed. The sensor data resolved into clarity. Long-range kinetic weapons accelerated along precise vectors, each carrying enough mass and velocity to cripple capital ships. They'll reach us in 50 minutes, RHYX said hoarsely. Our shields may not hold. Ward's voice returned, no longer singular. Dozens joined her, translated, synchronized. Commander Malrex, she said. Meet humanity. Screens filled with representatives from every continent. Militaries once divided now spoke as one. We fight each other constantly, Ward continued. But we agree on one thing. Nobody takes our home. The countdown ticked lower. Malrex surveyed his fleet, the pride of the Empire, and calculated losses that would echo for centuries. Victory was possible. Survival was uncertain. Occupation would be impossible. Open a channel, he said quietly. State your terms, Ward replied. We withdraw, Malrex said. And report Earth as strategically unviable. Correct, Ward said. And you don't return. Hyperspace engines charged across the fleet. As the last Imperial ship vanished, Earth's missiles detonated harmlessly in empty space. On the surface below, humanity did not celebrate for long. Maintain alert status, Ward ordered. They'll warn others. And somewhere far beyond the stars, the Empire learned a lesson it would never forget. Earth was not weak. Earth was waiting.